What's up, everyone? It's Tony Weaver here from My DIY Outdoors, bringing you another gear review. And today we are going to talk about trail cameras, okay? Specifically, the cell camera that we started using last year. Lots of different cell cameras out there, lots of different trail cameras out there, but I want to specifically talk about cell cams, all right? And if you're unfamiliar with a cell camera, it uses a cell phone reception to send pictures to you automatically, and you receive them in an email or on an app or something like that. So my favorite one, okay, which we own several now, is the Tactacam Reveal X 3.0. Okay. And I'm going to give you a quick rundown in this video on why I prefer this camera. Let's talk about a few factors of picking out a cell camera and why you would choose which one. In the description or the comments of this video, I'm going to paste an Excel document I put together that shows all the costs of the most popular brands that people are running right now. And what you'll notice on those is whether it's one camera for 3, 6, 9, or 12 months, or multiple cameras over, a year or two, the cost builds up pretty quickly, right? What I found is they're not super drastically different from the high end and the low end of each brand, but they're pretty similar. The high end of one brand is going to be pretty similar to the cost of a high end of another brand. Same thing with the middle tier, same thing with the lower tier. Okay, so I consider this camera, the Tactacam Reveal X 3.0, I consider this a middle tier camera. Okay. You can buy the 2.0, the X 2.0 still. That one has a few less features than this and one big one, which I'll talk about here in a minute. They also, Tactacam makes a couple higher end models like the 3.0 Pro and the Ultra. This right here retails for about $120 a piece. You can buy them in sets of two for around $230, $220, $230. Okay, so I consider that right around that $100 camera mark, about mid-range, because you can find some $50 to $80, like an economy starter, and they go all the way up to 160, 170, 180, 200 plus. There's some cameras out there that are 200 plus. So when you compare all the mid-range cameras, this one had the least amount of cost, and that is the conjunction of purchase price and a monthly plan. Okay. So the service plan that you pay monthly on to keep these cameras running, sending you photos. So if you didn't know, cell cameras, you can still use them as a normal trail camera. This one, the 3.0, has a slot for a SD card. Right back here, there's a slot for an SD card. Right there, you can see it. So this will work just like a normal game camera, or you can enable the service and send the pictures to the app on your phone. So that's pretty cool. So one reason we chose it was price, around $100 a camera. It had the most features I found on a camera that was around $100. Some of the other brands, the popular brands, you had to kind of go up to the higher, more expensive camera to get those features. So what features am I talking about? The main one for me is the multi-network connection. So this camera right here, you carry it out in the field. It has a padlock area right here where the little latch on the door, you can padlock it closed so people can't get in there. Open it up, flip this switch right here to on, and the camera will connect to the strongest network in that area. Okay. You don't have to choose Verizon or AT&T or any other major network in the US or Canada, wherever you're using these. It's going to connect to the strongest network in that area. Okay. I'm going to be using these cameras from southern Michigan, possibly Ohio, possibly Wyoming, all the way up to northern Michigan, up into the UP, right? So there's not, one consistent network in that whole area. So just the ability to connect to any major network that has the best signal, that's a big game changer for me. Another thing is the app. It's super easy to use. These cameras are super easy to set up. We'll probably unbox one here in the near future. I got a couple on order anyway. So you simply open these up. I'm not going to show you this one because I don't want you to steal my camera. But right here on the inside of the front cover is a QR code. You scan that QR code with your phone, boom, and it automatically adds it to your account. So download the Tactacam Reveal app, create an account, add all your cameras very easily. You can name them, you can set locations and where they're at, and then the pictures come right to your app right there. So another cool feature about these is they have a built-in GPS. So when you turn them on in your app on your phone, you have a map and it will show where this camera is on that map. So that's another super cool feature. Batteries right here. Hit the eject button, pull the battery pack out. They do use 12 AA batteries. Tactacam does offer a lithium ion rechargeable lithium ion battery for 49.99 at most places. So that's another cool option for these cameras if you want to buy those. There's also, I believe, at least two different solar panels that you can get with these. So that's cool as well. So there's some stuff you can get add on to extend that battery life. Last thing I'll kind of discuss is battery life. People, try to, what that was one of my factors or concerns buying a cell camera is how long is it going to last? What's the battery life on these? The battery life is going to change drastically. Okay, so last year I ran six of these cameras and I had one or two of them die within about an 8 week period, while the other four had 80 to 90 plus battery life. Okay, the frequency that they're taking pictures, how many pictures they take during the day, how many pictures are they taking at night where they need the IR flash, and how you have your settings set to how often this camera is gonna use the cell network to send you pictures has a drastic influence on battery life. So my cameras, I ran them to where they sent me the pictures instantaneously or instantly. And so every time it takes a single picture, it, uses battery life. It has to connect to the network, send the data, and then take another picture, does the same thing, right? So that's how you drain the batteries in these cameras, okay, by transmitting that data. So thankfully, Tactacam does have settings in here where you can make it to where it sends you that data either once a day or twice a day or three times a day, or automatically every time it takes a picture. So you can also change the settings in here on how often it searches for setting changes. So you can connect to this with Wi-Fi with your phone right here next to it, set all the settings in it. But then once you put this out in the field, you can still change the settings on your app. So you can change all those things, the delay, whether it takes pictures or video or both, or you can change all that stuff from your app. But the camera is only going to see that stuff when it connects to the network. So you can actually program the camera to either check for setting changes every time it sends a picture, or do it once a day, or just do it instantaneously where it's always monitoring that. And again, depending on how often it's connected to that network is going to be a huge factor on battery life. So picture clarity is great. We haven't had like I said, I ran six of these this year, zero issues with them. Took some really cool photos with them. Super easy to set up. Like there's the list of settings goes on and on. They're pretty small, they're pretty light. Yeah, they take a lot of batteries. I'm probably going to look at getting the lithium ion batteries. There's a spot for your solar charger plug-in. If you do get a dedicated camera mount and not want, they do come with a strap to go around a tree. But if you have a trail camera mount, there is a mount in the back of these and in the bottom. Antenna folds down. It has this little storage thing right here. So yeah, that's the one that we've been super happy with this year. The Tactacam Reveal X 3.0s, and ultimately one of the factors that led me to buying this camera is I just talked to a lot of people who have also tried different brands, and this is the one that they recommended as well. So heard it here first, right? Heard it from them first, and then we bought them, and we've been super happy with them. So, in the description of this video, you're going to see a link if you want to purchase these cameras. There'll be a link you can click, one of our affiliate links, so we'll get a little commission on that sale at no additional cost to you. So, check it out. Check out the link if you want to buy your own cameras. Check out our website, midiyOutdoors.com, for additional gear reviews just like this, or if you want to buy some cool merch like this hat. We'll also have links to our YouTube videos on there, our Facebook page, and once we get our podcast up and running, you'll see that there as well as a community photo board and some stories and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you found this video interesting and knowledgeable. If you did, I'd ask you to hit that like button. and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. And stay safe and enjoy your time outdoors.